Hey guys, what's going on? So, I am currently in a different category because I want to try something different today. I have not done this in many years. It's something I used to do, right? But as of recent, my interest has repeaked. Um, and what I want to do is try my hand at it, but on stream. So, what a lot of people don't know is while I may be the casual tryhard when it comes to gaming, I also own my own comic book company. I own my own label called Rapid Fire Entertainment. And I am a content creator in the sense that, well, I guess you could say I'm a content creator in two ways. Not only do I do the streaming, but I've been doing content creation basically for 20 years, just about. But officially, 2012 is when I made my company official. In 2013 is when I released my first comic issue of my characters. And since then, I have had comic books, posters, ash cans, um, and a couple other small merchandising things. So, one of the things that I was doing before all of that was I did these things called character profiles. And what that did was it highlighted the like my character and it gave you like a small diagram of what they were. And they were good. I had books of them and I carried them around all the time. And they were just something that I did until recently I discovered that there's other people out there that do the same thing. And it took me aback when I saw this because I was like, I thought I was the only person that did that. And at least in current day, let me make that clear. At least in current day, I thought that that was something that I did. And I want to go back and try doing some of these. But I want to do them on stream. Oh Lord. See, this is why I need my mod to take care of that. Mod. Thank you. So, so what I plan on doing is I'm going to try and do this whole thing on stream. Um, it looks like I have to make a call real quick though before we start. So, give me a moment and I will be right back. Okay, so I am back now. Um, I replied to your message, by the way. Um, I mean, I get it. At the same time, did I miss something in that? I mean, you also got to figure out like where he is at emotionally right now too. So you know what I mean. So, but anyways, um, back to my subject and topic here that I've been working on, and I apologize. Um, Today I want to try again something new on stream, so people know that I do more than just games. Um, because I do, and I always have. Um, I have this page, and I have my company's page, which is also a Twitch channel, but it has not been used yet because COVID-19 has pretty much killed uh, any type of Comic Con that will happen this year. Um, so that's a thing. So I can't use that channel just yet. I mean, yeah. So what we're gonna look at here is my comic profiles. So most people don't know I do comics, and I create characters of all different sorts, building a whole entire universe based around people I know and characters I created back in high school and middle school and stuff like that. And I want to bring them to the world. So far, I've brought my character Firefly and Michigan Statesman uh, to the forefront, but there are a ton more characters that I want to get out there. But all of my characters have a beginning, and with that beginning, you have to start somewhere, right? So, what I want to do is show people that process. And in doing so, what I want to do is figure out a format here on stream. I have a couple of my old examples in front of me. Can actually bring those up. Let me see here. I got some of my older ones here. Where are they? Alternate comic character? No. What the heck is that? The heck just happened? Okay. Alright, so I will close that, because I don't know what the heck that was. We'll reopen this again. Here is an example of what a profile will look like. Okay. And I'm gonna move my little sponsor thingy over here. So this is an example of what a character profile looks like. Now, what I want to do is redo these in a different format, and I'm not sure. These are old. These are 2008 and under my old old name of the Teen Universe and Teen Comics. That's what my original name used to be. I mean, now I'm correcting stuff. I don't want to do that. But this is kind of where things left off with this one. I want to transform these into something more visible, I guess. So we'll close this, but you see, this is an example of where I want to go and how I want to do it, right? And so I want to start a whole new setup with them. In the 2020 edition. So I want to find the right font. I'm going to do the header and the footer and do that all again. So I got all my fonts installed. And then I want to find the right one that I want to use. But I may just stick to my favorite one, my Courier. What I like to stick to. And then I can open up the other one as an example and have that sitting over here so I can have a reference, right? So taking off of my own reference, I don't know if I should do entertainment or comics. Yeah, I'll do rapid fire entertainment. It works better. And then put my name on here. And then have that. And then over here in the corner. Oh shit, I done flip buttons. I just literally realized that I had the control button because my keyboard fell last night. I need to get a new desk. I really do. And then we do so we got that. Put that there. Nope. Then we will put our year mark. Yeah, because 2020 has been great so far, so let's not curse this, right? Because that'll be a thing. And so now one of the harder parts of doing the profile is figuring out, do we want to do a standard type with it? Because I only got a couple characters with pictures, right? Yeah, right. Depends on what you want to look at. Is it amazing what happened, or the amazing realizations we all had about people we knew and loved? But we won't get into that now, will we? Now, the reason why I personally want to work on this project of mine is because I do have to do a little bit of restructuring with my comic book characters. Now, one of the things I'm going to do is right off the bat, we're going to do a name. We're going to do Firefly right off the bat because he will always be first. So, but I need a good font. So I'm not understanding why my font is not in here. Mm-mm-mm. I done went through this before. I do not know where my font went. But another big thing that I want to do is one things first that I need to establish is my watermark. I want to put a custom watermark in. Let's see here. I gotta find my freaking logos and shit. Go to my comic stuff. I could put that one, but I want a better logo. I got all of our logos in here. So we put that. That's what I like to use as our watermark. That sits in the background. So that when I print stuff or when it's like taking screenshots of, like, people know that this is my shit. So these are things that we establish right off the bat, because I do have that legality and most people don't know that. So we set that up and put that in the background. And then like they're pretty simple, which is the weird thing about it when it comes to profiles. Also, if you want to know, that phone call that I was just on, I ordered a Go XLR so I can try and use a better mic setup, since my audio interface and other stuff don't want to work right. I wanted to try and get a Go XLR. And they're about impossible to find. So I ordered one, and then that was the guy calling me and telling me that, oh, we don't have it. Now, the other thing is, I could look at a Go XLR Mini and go about that route. Yeah. Alright. So, there's that. Anyways, sorry, we had a little bit of a thing online here. So, what I want to do is figure out a good profile format. Now, one of the things I want to do is insert a picture, and I'm going to insert a picture of Firefly, but not just any picture, his main picture. I actually got a couple I can use in different locations. But I will use this one. This is a picture I will use for Firefly to work with his profile. Now we have to figure out how to do all of this, where I can have it so that the picture sits over here. Like it sits over here, and then I have the text over here. And right now, it's proving a little difficult. And currently, the only way I can do that is that not strike through. This is inline with text, square, through, in front of text, behind text. Like I want it over here, you know, and then all the text can be over in here, but I don't want it to be too freaking gigantic or too small, right? So we'll do that. And I guess that works right there. So we'll do a basic setup, right? And then I can increase. No, I don't. I'm not trying to encompass the picture. Thank you. Jesus. I just want to increase the font size of that. Right? Have that slightly larger. So that's 14, and then we will work in 12 here. So going by my old setup that I have, so you do the name. So you do their name, and that's the person that is underneath the costume, right? So I put in my name, the name I go by, right? So we put that in, and then you bold that, and then you do your occupation, and given in the state, you want to go by the occupation of where the character currently is. So in this degree, occupation would be he's a student. If I did it as my occupation now, it would be an electrical apprentice. But this is character takes place back when I was like 19 and whatnot. So the character is like between the ages of 14 and 15, or 14 and 16 right now, in the current continuity of his debut. So he's a student. So we'll just put student. Doesn't say high school student or anything, just student, right? And then currently his identity. Now this is the status of their identity, right? Why is that 12? Why is that 11? What the fuck? Stop playing with me, word, right? Actually, let's all reduce this down to 11. Fuck it, right? So you get that all down, and the identity is either secret or known or unknown. So a secret identity would be Peter Parker as Spider-Man when it comes to the perspective of the general public. Okay, so people do not know who Spider-Man is. They don't know who he is. They could be anybody on the street. That's a secret identity. And they do everything to keep their identity secret by wearing a mask and all that different stuff, right? But it's not an open secret identity like fucking Clark Kent. Clark Kent, Superman, is a secret identity, but he doesn't cover his face. He literally like changes his freaking glasses. That to me still boggles my mind how that worked, because I would have been to recognize Clark Kent as Superman, but that's a whole other story. A known identity is Tony Stark as Iron Man, right? So he used to have a secret identity until they made that power play about him where they made his identity very well known. So you know Tony Stark is Iron Man and Iron Man is Tony Stark. That's a known identity. It's that simple. Um, an unknown identity is different than a secret identity. An unknown identity is you don't know who they are or what they are regardless. Um, it could be a human, it could be an alien, it could be something from unknown origins. Uh, who would that be? Like, I can't give an example of who an unknown. And I want to say maybe like Spectre, the Spectre from the DC universe. No, like he was created, but he has no identity, and but he's not like a human or anything, but he has like no identity, and he's also unknown to the general population of the entire universe. So that would be like an unknown identity, I think I would say, right? So we'll go there. So returning back to where we were, Firefly is a secret identity. And we're still in bold. Right? So, I'm gonna add a new kind of category. Legal status. U.S. citizen. Now this will be something to where we can be like, oh, this person is from outer space, or they're a citizen of this planet, or a denizen of this planet, or they're a citizen of this country, that country, blah 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 blah. Right? I know, weird little circumstance, I know, but something to throw into the profile. It gives a good solid basis of the character. Yeah, we'll keep that right there for now. What else? Normally, I would put in this place of birth, but that can get wonky, especially when I have characters that are after like actual people, and then it gets weird where people come from and stuff like that. So in this iteration, I'm gonna forego that. Let's see, base of operations. What else did I have? Like in the top part. So base of operations. Yeah, we'll do that. Base of operations, the city that they operate in, or where they operate, and this would be Westport. And that is Westport, Michigan. There is no Westport, Michigan. It's made up, but it is essentially a combination of 3 different cities here in Michigan. Got Grand Rapids, Muskegon, and Lansing. Um, so we just put Westport, Westport, Michigan. And then our next thing that we're gonna go on, um, I would put known relatives. Um, it used to have that before, and then in recent stuff things have changed a little bit. Um, so let's put a couple more, some of my new ones that I like in here. We're going to do species, archetype, and origin. These come from the various games that I've played, especially like City of Heroes and stuff like that. This will give people an idea of where they would fit. Like a category. It's a subcategory of the hero. And then you got other things too, like when you get to species, when it comes to X-Men versus like X-Men and Spider-Man, you've got mutants who are considered something different than humans. Even though they're human, they're called something different. You know what I'm saying? Or then you've got alien species that live on Earth and decide to hide themselves among the humans, disguise themselves, shapeshifters, stuff like that. You can be like alien or something like that, which I think would be very um would be very intuitive into this type of information. So we're gonna start off with species, if I can spell right, because my damn keyboard likes to fuck up. And we got human. I don't know, it's simplifying it. You can get species has whole technical terms to it and stuff like that, but you really get uh you can get technical with it or not. But we're not going to. We're just going to be very basic with it. Um, then we're going to get into the origin. Now, the origin of the character will be origin. Jesus. Um, how what is how the person got their power? Where do they originate from? There's many different ways you can get your powers or how you acquired your thing. Technology, magic, natural gifts, science, or did I say magic? Magic. You know, Doctor Strange got his powers uh, through magical means. So his powers are magical based. So they would be magical. Tony Stark, aka Iron Man, War Machine, Rescue, any of those guys are technology based because their powers derive from technology. They don't have powers of their own, but they use technologies to give themselves abilities or use the purpose of technology to augment or um, give that idea of powers. Um, Science. Spider-Man would be science. He was bitten by, depending on what you want to go with. You want to go old school or new school? Old school, he was bit by a radioactive spider. New school, he was bit by a genetically engineered spider. Personally, I like the genetically engineered spider thing because the radioactive thing came back from a time when radiation was a big deal and blah 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 blah. But now, with genetic modification and everything, it feels better to say genetically engineered or genetically modified. Um, so that's science. Um, in the case of a mutant, you can go mutation. That's the other tree, mutation. So theirs would be a mutation of genetics, genetic code or genetic structure. So that's the other category. Um, and then you've got natural. Natural would be your Batman. So you got Batman who does not have powers, but he is at the beyond the pinnacle of human fitness and is able to do what he does. So that's where you got that from. Now there you can fit a lot of those into different types. In this case, in Firefly's case, he is science. I could go the natural route, but he wouldn't be that without the science factor. So he is science based. And his archetype, he would be what you call a scrapper. A scrapper or fighter. Um, this is more of a personal fun category for me because I like knowing what my characters sit at. You know what I mean? When you look at Batman, people are like, oh well, if you're in the games like City Heroes, you're like, oh, Batman's a scrapper. I'll be like, no, he's actually a combination of two different things. He'd be a scrapper, but he'd also be like a gadget blaster because he uses all these different gadgets for things. And in that game, the only way you can get gadgets is through Mastermind or Blaster. So you have to combine those two to get Batman, right? Or you can call Superman. Superman would be a tanker, super strength and vulnerability tanker, because that's what his power set allows him to do. He can take a lot of damage, but he's super strong and takes the brunt of a bunch of stuff. Where Batman can take a lot of damage, but like he can't take like damage like fucking Superman can, right? You know what I mean? So there's that, right? So we give them the archetype. And we archetype or types. And I like that category a lot. So why is that? Oh, I see. Because it decided to change. I don't know why it did that, but it did. But whatever. Hmm. So then we can. Oh, hello. I'm doing some character profiles, is what I'm doing. Working on my comic stuff to show people that I can do more than my streaming is more than just random games, but focusing what I really want to work on. I'm surprised you're here, to be honest. That but that's what I'm working on. So I'm showing people my process of doing my character profiles. Something that I really did enjoy when I do make characters. Um, it puts the characters in front of things, so people can get like, I guess you could say a template and a quick snapshot of the character. What is that? Just got mail from something. Oh, thank you, Bungie. I don't need a hoodie, thank you. And emails over dumb shit that I don't need to do. Anyways, will there. I'll put that in there for now. So, getting back to the archetypes. There's scrapper, there's fighters, there's blasters, masterminds and controllers. These all stem from the same source, the City Hero games that I played. But they actually really translate well to all of the heroes in existence. And I really want to thank the creators of that game to do that. Because it actually gives a scope and a window to view stuff in. I want that bigger. I do want that bigger, but I don't want to get it. Ugh, I don't want it too big, right? And I don't want too much space. See, that's why I'm seeing. You don't want to. Ugh. Okay, it'll sit where it sits, I guess. Jesus. In this sense, you can also add D&D classes in there too. It's just how you want the character to come off as in that category. And what they like, what roles would they play in the story, or how when you write them they would come off. Like a person can't take a non-tanker can't take a lot of damage. Like a blaster or controller or dominator type class. Your controller or dominator type classes would be, like, for instance, Jean Grey, right? Not fucking Phoenix superpowered Jean Grey. We're just talking your typical telepath, very strong telepath Jean Grey. Now she can dish out a lot, right? But she can't take a hit for shit, right? Or she can't maintain for very long. That would be like I said, your blasters, your controllers, your dominator types. Jean Grey would be considered. I would consider her a controller due to her power set. Yeah, she would be more of a controller in her power set. The other thing would be like Sue Storm, for instance. Now, Sue Storm, I will tell you right off the bat, she's one of the other classes that I like from this game, called a Defender. Now, she doesn't really combat too much, right? But she supports. And the cool thing about that is her power set allows her to support her teammates and herself. But then again, she still can't hold much on her own, but I've seen her be able to hold her own. So in that sense, you got somebody who can support yet hold their own. That would be a good defender, or provide defensive support to other characters, and which she does with her force fields and stuff. But it does a real number on her if she maintains it for too long. You know what I mean? So that's an interesting thing, right? And so you've got some of the basic stuff here for Firefly. You got his name, his occupation as a student. Later on in life, he will have his actual occupation, whatever he gets into. Like, it follows me. Like I said, if it were in current time frame, it would be an electrical apprentice. His identity is secret. His legal status, he's a U.S. citizen. I would like to add more. I could do denizen of Earth. Yeah. And that goes a further designation to planet Earth, because we'll be, you know, I've got intergalactic beings as well. So that'll be some fun information to put out there like that, right? And then you can go from there, and you can go into biography and stuff like that. I gotta find my other profile on this, because I have his. Let's see, Firefly. Boop, 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 boop. Nope, not that one. Nope, not that one. Oh, wait a minute though. Oh, we kind of already have a file set up. But that's not what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go with this one. Oh boy. Nope, that's not what I'm looking for either. Oh, where the heck is it? I had them in here. That's my roster. 2007. Ah, there we go. That's the closest one I've got. All right. Okay, so I don't want to have to do this, but seeing as I kind of have no choice at this point, I'm going to address you right now. The problem is, you do not want to talk to me about what's going on. You refuse to. And every time somebody tries to talk to you, you blow them off. You have blown me off. You kicked me from a Discord that your guildmates invited me to. They had me in raids to help them. There was an issue between me and you brought the rest of your guild into it. Nobody else had an issue with me, but you did. I wanted to talk to you about an issue that I had, and you refused to talk to me about it. And you're avoiding it. And you're even in my stream talking to me, but you still refuse to talk about the issue when I offered to talk to you multiple times. And you say that I have trouble communicating. And I will say here on my own stream that I have been trying to. As I said in my statement, I have tried to reach out to you 3 times, and each time you blew me off or ignored it or did not want to deal with it. But yet you still come over here trying to say something. And then you're saying that your guild is saying a whole bunch of stuff when I know that is not true. Because the person that I talk to, they don't have a problem with me. No one has a problem with me but you at this point. So therefore, wherever this is coming from, it's not. Because I haven't done anything with your guild in about 4 weeks. Except for one person who I have very good rapport with and we get along with very well. You don't have a problem with me, but yet you refuse to talk to me about it. Because I have the issue with you. And that's my issue. And I've tried to talk to you about it, but yet you refuse to talk to me about it. Or be civil enough to talk about it. So please, if you want to talk about it, again, I offer you the olive branch to discuss it instead of you running away from it. But if you're going to keep acting like there is some problem, but you don't want to discuss it, then we're going to continually say you have the problem. I will address it here. I have no problem with that. I'm a grown adult and I don't care. This is something that I'm doing, and I thank you for the support. But right now, much like another friend of mine, your support doesn't mean anything because there's problems. And it makes things awkward. When there's a big looming elephant in the room. So there, we have it. Okay? If you want to talk about it, if you want to squash any rumors or hearsay, talk to me about it. Don't run from it. Talk to me about it and understand what's going on and what happened. Otherwise, it's just going to continue to be a hearsay, he said, she said, and you're going to be saying that I'm bringing problems into your guild when I haven't run anything with your guild in literally weeks. Because they don't want any problems. Not from me, but from you. Because you have a problem with me. And all I ever want to do is help people. They don't even invite me. The one person who invites me can't even invite me. He's scared to invite me because he doesn't want a problem. So there we go. Back to my stream. Anyways. Now, do we want to add more to that? Now, the original, I used to put their costume here. Like, this is the portion where I put their costume, because their other base stats would come later. you know, like height, weight, eye color, and hair will come later on in the profile. But the profile right now is, um, like I said, a snapshot of the character. So if you were to, I guess you could say it's kind of like a small resume of the character. Ooh, I know. First appearance. Firefly issue 1. I'm so glad that I can actually do that right now. In the past, he didn't. But now that I can actually do that, I can do that. And I got one for another character too, because he actually has a first appearance in another character's book, which is really cool. I didn't realize how fun this was. I've forgotten how fun this was. But now, like years later, now that I've got more, like, I guess, experience under my belt with it, I can do certain things now, which is really cool. And I enjoy that. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a, yeah, we'll get a little zoom in for you guys. I hope it's not too blurry for you out there. So recap, you got the character's name, their real name, if there is one, their occupation, student for currently Firefly, but for anybody that, you know, if they're a journalist, construction worker, whatever they do in their day job, that's what their day job is, right? Their identity, secret. There's 3 different types of identity: secret, known, and unknown. I did a little bit of explaining on that earlier. Legal status is a new thing that I am working with. So that's a U.S. citizen and a denizen of Earth. The denizen of Earth is something I'm adding extra because we will get into intergalactic BS. I guess it's the best thing that I can say right now. And then we will be working with characters from other planets or other planes of existence, where they reside. Base of operations is the city that they operate mainly in. Spider-Man would be, I guess you would say, more Manhattan, New York City, Manhattan area. Whereas if you were to do Daredevil would be New York City, Hell's Kitchen area. You know what I'm saying? So you can do subgroups or even just a group. Then we do the species, which is human. The origin, which is how the person obtained their powers. And those categories are, I wrote them down here, so hold on. I'm gonna find it where. You've got magic, mutant, science, technology, and natural. Those are the different ones that you have. And like I explained before, the different origin types, you get magic, you get you divide words. You derive your powers from a magical source or a magical item. A mutant, you're born that way. It's in your genetic code. Science, you were either genetically altered or a scientific accident happened. Technology, you use technology to do what you do, i.e. Iron Man, War Machine. Or you're natural, i.e. Batman. You're above, or you're at or above pinnacle human fitness. So there's that. Your archetype, you've got fighters, scrappers, tankers, controllers, dominators. You can basically use D&D classes to classify them. It's just on how they do their thing, right? You've got you got blasters, you got controllers, defenders, scrappers, tankers, um and there's many more that you can go into the route of being a cleric, a bard, a fighter, a rogue, um a paladin. There are so many different types that you can go into and use that even translate into the superhero genre. And so I wanted to take that time and highlight those, and then you got first appearance, which is something I can work with. So we will do that. Now, normally after that, I would do a costume. I would describe the costume, but describing a costume gets pretty difficult, I guess you could say. Um, so what we will do is I want to do their origin next, like their biography or their story. Um, and I would love to put more there. Maybe we'll leave that space blank for now. Um, so we put biography here. Now I already have Firefly's biography, so I'm not gonna sit here and retype it all out. Um, oh yes, I forgot about that. We need to fix that. I forgot about that little ditty. Hold on, doing some technical stuff here to make it look prettier and tighter, I would assume. Here we go. Do that. Fix that. Yeah, see, there's way more room now. I like that. That's a much better presentation. I don't know. Should we move the legal status down? I'm gonna try moving that down because it's got more lines on it. Yeah, we'll do that. And then, yeah, there we go. That looks a lot cleaner. What you guys think? That looks better to me. We'll do that. And then I can bring the biography up a little more and start it there, I think. Whoa, wait a minute. Huh. Huh. Well, that is a wow. Where did I come up with that? I was about to copy his story over, but like that is a very, very old profile. Man, that's old. Holy crap. Okay, so we will. What we're gonna do is I need to find the proper bio for him, but there is other stuff on here that I'm gonna go through. So what we'll do here is we'll do hashtag WIP. Even though it's not a work in progress, it's just I want to copy the right one over. But apparently I've redone this so many different times that I've got 3 different bios for him. So we're just gonna do that. Have that sitting there. Um. So we're going to the next subject. Um. We're gonna do the next thing. So that's strength level. Holy crap. That's funny to me. That is so funny to me. So we'll do that, and then I can copy that over, because that's the same. And then we will put that there, and then change it to what we want it to be proper. Use the courier new. Make it look more professional. Firefly strength level. Firefly possesses superhuman strength, enable him to lift. Why does that say that? Not life. Lift, press, i.e., from a certain position, approximately 20 tons under optimal conditions, which is a lot. But that's just how the muscles works. He is superhuman. He does have those capabilities. He's not your typical kid, even for a kid that's 15 years old. As he gets older, that can even be more. Even for his age, and that's a lot. And then that's really cool. Some of the stuff I wrote years ago is interesting. And then we add the next area, which is known powers or abilities. So we do that and do that. Then you shift that down. Now, I'm just going to copy these over, and I will print them, put them on here, but I will change them as need be and update them. So we have to change this. Change that to that. Give it its proper size. I may have to go to a smaller font. Okay, let's read it as is, right? then we can go back through it later, I guess, or as we can fix it as we go. His abilities include the ability to cling to most surfaces, the ability to detect nearby danger with his radar within a 25-foot radius around him, enabling him to actually pinpoint the source of danger. I have thus, this is 25 feet, I have thus changed this to 100 foot radius because there's a specific scenario I have in mind, so I will update that to that around him, enabling him to actually pinpoint the source of the danger within range. Now, his radar is based on biometrics, which is something I really looked into for him through other characters who have similar abilities, and it's so awesome on how it can work. But with his, how I've adjusted it is through biometrics 100%. The best example I can give you, there's two examples I can give you on how his radar works, is Daredevil from the movie and how they visualize his echo sensing, with how Toph from Avatar uses her earth bending and her senses, because she's blind, to discern the area around her. And even though Firefly predates Toph and them, Toph, like when I saw that in the Avatar series, I was absolutely floored, because I was like, oh my god, that's like my ability, and I was really mad about it. But they did a very good job of explaining and visualizing that type of a deal, and I love it. And they used it even in the Legend of Korra too, in the Avatar series. He also possesses enhanced insect-like speed, agility, alertness, and flexibility. His main ability comes with the ability to produce a unique firefly bioluminescence due to the chemical reaction that occurs in the specialized light-emitting organ that developed in his body. The organ, that usually appears in the lower abdomen of regular fireflies, developed itself within his neck. This causes him to produce the enzyme luciferase, which acts on luciferin in this organ to stimulate light emission. Jeez, I can't speak today. Which is emitted from his eyes. He can use this light in many ways. He is able to make his eyes flash, glow, or pulse with a greenish yellow color, enabling him to have a slight intimidation factor over his opponents. He is granted perfect night vision, able to see in the dark as if it were daylight. The ability to see as an insect would by using the ultraviolet spectrum. In addition, he can also see the infrared spectrum. It should say infrared spectrum, not beams. Old me was weird. Such as those of security lasers, gun scopes, and many other devices. He also has the ability to release a small pin-sized optical beam. Not just pin size. So I'm going to change that to an optical beam. He can do that. Though this takes an extreme amount of concentration, but is potent enough to burn through paper, light, wood, and light to medium metals. I might want to up the potency on that, because there might be some situations. And then the next segment after that would be his paraphernalia. And then weapons. But that's a whole nother thing that I can work with. Oh my goodness, there's a character in here I forgot. Forgot about Steve. I forgot I made him that. Ooh. We're gonna have to, yeah. But for now, we're going to leave that there. Because I really wanna go back and work on that bio. But I'm gonna do that and save that one for another time. But for right now, I've got to make another call, and I need to give myself something to eat because I haven't really eaten all day. So I wanted to pop on and do this, um, and see how it goes. I want to do more of it. So leave me feedback and all that good stuff. All right. For now, we're gonna end that, and I thank you guys for coming by. We will continue this. I want to say maybe tomorrow, because now I'm like super excited for it. Well, I want to do it longer, and I would love to get some more feedback on how to do it. So I want to get more people involved in the process. Because I love doing stuff like that. I love doing like this whole community or input to see what other people may have. So there's that. And despite the other thing that happened, I'm good for now. I'll be fine. It'll just take some adjusting here in a little bit. But thank you guys for coming by, and we will see you on the next time.